Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Miriam and I do all kinds of quilting and sewing related things here on YouTube. So today is an exciting day. I have a couple of announcements for you guys. So first, my birthday is on Monday, November 10th, and I'm going to be putting all of my PDF quilt patterns on sale. So I'm turning 36, so everything's going to be 36% off, okay? The link to my PDF patterns will be down in the description box. Discount is already going to be taken off, so you don't need to put in a code or anything. And it's just a little gift that I can give to you guys, and it's just a fun way to celebrate with everyone. I wanted to real quick show you each one of the patterns, just in case you haven't seen all of them. Right now I have 6 available. Let's just start off with Mom's Cozy Christmas, since we're getting closer to Christmas time. This is the pattern that we're going to be using for our upcoming sew along, which is starting at the very end of November. If you'd like to join in on the sew along, now's the time to grab the PDF version. That's going to be 36% off. I have the physical versions just to show you, but this is Mom's Cozy Christmas. It has 3 size options. It's really fun. It uses fat quarters, or you could use scraps, yardage, whatever you want to use. And I have all of the quilts over here so I can actually show you the actual quilt, because I know some people prefer seeing the actual quilt than like the little computer mock-up. This is a quilt pattern that I specifically designed for my mom because she is a huge Christmas fan. So am I. That's why it's called Mom's Cozy Christmas. So this is the quilt. You have 2 blocks available in the quilt. There is a really cute gift box block and a stocking block. I just think they're so fun. There's so many gift box quilt blocks out there, but I kind of did a little twist and added an 8-point star in the block. I just think it looks so cute. This was a very popular pattern when I was at my first quilt show that I did this past summer. So, yeah, people really loved the Christmas theme. So if you'd like to grab that pattern, it'll be there. So this is called Mom's Cozy Christmas. The next pattern I will show you is Tiny Checkers. This is my first pattern that I wrote for sale. I had done some free ones before that, but so this is Tiny Checkers. It is a jelly roll and yardage friendly quilt pattern. There are 5 size options available in here. So if you have an extra jelly roll laying around and you've just been saving it, you don't know how to use it, this is really great. This was also very popular at the quilt show. People really loved it because it looks like it's tricky because they're small squares, they're 2-inch squares, but since you're using jelly roll strips or yardage strips, it comes together really easy. It's so pretty. That is the quilt. It's a little hard to get the full quilt in the shot. I'm doing my best here, okay? So each jelly roll strip gets you 2 blocks, if I remember correctly, and you just get this really gorgeous patchwork quilt, and I love it. I kind of want to make another one. Whenever I look at this quilt, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want to make another one of those. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to wait till next year to do any more new quilt projects, but that is a favorite of mine for sure. Next, we're gonna do Cake Twist. So this pattern has 2 size options in there. There's a throw and a baby size. This is a layer cake friendly quilt pattern. If you notice, I try to make my patterns pre-cut friendly because I know a lot of us, we buy those beautiful pre-cuts because you see a cute little bundle and you have to have it, right? But then you get it and you don't know what to use it with, right? So that's where my patterns come in. Hopefully that kind of help ease the stress of trying to pick fabrics for a pattern. I know that can be very stressful for some people. So this is Cake Twist, very fun. It utilizes layer cakes. The entire quilt top center is made with 1 layer cake, and then you just need yardage for 3 borders, and they're super simple borders. So let me show you the quilt that I've made for that. This is a really beautiful fall themed quilt. I actually have kits available for this exact quilt in my shop, so if you want to check that out, you can. Look how gorgeous this is. I love it. It's so pretty. This is, the fabrics are from Art Gallery Fabric, and it's the line Hazelwood. It's got mushrooms and flowers, and it's just perfect for fall. So that is the Cake Twist quilt pattern. So, and that one goes together really quick. You could make that in a weekend. You could make this entire quilt in a weekend if you don't do fancy quilting. If you want to do fancy quilting, it might take you longer than a weekend. Next, let's do Patchwork Alphabet. This is a really cool pattern. I'm very, very proud of this pattern because this can be used for so many different things. You don't just have to make the full alphabet quilt, though the instructions to make that is included in the pattern. But when I went to make this pattern, I specifically wanted to make instructions for the individual letters, so then other quilters could go in and use this pattern to make, you know, a customized, personalized quilt for their grandchildren or for their daughter that just got married, or you know, their favorite sports team, whatever. You can make whatever words you want with these letters. The letters, each letter has 2 options. So I'm actually going to show you in the pattern here really quick because this is really cool. Each letter is made up of squares and half square triangles, okay? And in the pattern, let's use J for an example, okay? So J, there is the top instructions, and this is how all of the letters are set up. The top instructions utilize 2.5 inch squares and 2.5 inch half square triangles. And that makes a block that is 8 by 12 finished. Okay. Then underneath that, you get instructions for if you want to tweak the size of the squares and half square triangles to make the letters larger or smaller. So it just gives you instructions for the amount of each one that you need, and then you get to pick what size. So if you want to use, instead of 2.5 inch half square triangles and squares, you could use, you know, 4 inch if you want the letters to be larger. Or if you want the letters to be smaller, you could use 1.5 inch squares and half square triangles. You would get the same effect. And then your finished block obviously would be a different size than the finished that is listed up here. But so it's very versatile and it's super fun. It's really cool. I love seeing how people are using this pattern for different projects. So there's a page for each letter. And then in the back of the pattern, it gives you the instructions and yardage and everything to make this full alphabet quilt, which I will show you. But that is the alphabet quilt. It is beautiful. I'll show you a close-up. So they're like patchwork letters, and it's the full alphabet. Really, really cool. At least I think so. Really, really fun. I was thinking it would be really fun to make a quilt that said like merry and bright on it for Christmas. That would be really cute. That's just an idea. Just an idea. All right, next pattern. Let's do Cozy Picnic. So this is another very fun pattern to make. I try to make patterns that are actually fun. This includes 5 sizes in the pattern. I wrote this to be used with yardage, but if you wanted to use scraps, you certainly can. Okay, but you do use, I wrote it to use strip piecing. So you sew strips together and then you cut units from those strips to make the individual blocks. So this is another really fun, beginner-friendly pattern. Comes together fairly quickly, and I really love it. So let's look at the actual quilt. If you guys have seen my channel before, this is the quilt where we did the spiral quilting, or like the crop circle quilting, I think I called it. So this is the one that I did with my dad for the quilting. But this is the quilt finished. It's really, really beautiful, and I feel like it looks more complicated than it is. The blocks are actually quite easy to put together. And it's just so cute. Now I want to make one of these. I'm going to want to make like each one of these quilts again. They're so pretty. Maybe we should do like sew-alongs all next year, just making these quilts again. That would actually be really fun. Let me know in the comments if you would like to do that, or if you saw a specific quilt in this lineup that you would like to do a sew along with, because I am all ears for ideas for next year. So that is Cozy Picnic. All right, and last but certainly not least is my pattern In Bloom. So this features some beautiful flower blocks, and this one is, again, really, really fun to make. This includes 6 size options, from table runner all the way up to king size if you want to be brave and make a king size quilt. I've done one and done, right? But I'll probably make another one at some point, but not In Bloom. I haven't made that one in king size. That would be epic. But so we have this, and I have the example quilt, and I actually have kits for that available in the shop too. So if you like that quilt, you might want to check out the kit. Okay. Again, I used Art Gallery fabrics. You guys know I love Art Gallery fabrics. I think they're so beautiful, and they just make such beautiful quilts, I think. So this is the quilt. It is gorgeous. I mean, this is a piece of art. I really believe that. It's just so beautiful. I'd love to hang this on my wall. Maybe in my bedroom. That would look really cute. I have a blank wall that I could do that with. So that is In Bloom. All right, let me finish folding this up, and then we will move on to our next announcement. That's a nice pile of quilts right there. All right, so I hope you love those patterns. If you want to check them out, again, the link will be in the description box. I'll also do it in the pinned comment, just in case the link in the description box doesn't work. Sometimes it doesn't work, and I'm not quite sure why. But anyways, so that was my announcement. So the patterns will be on sale from right now, so Friday, November 7th through November 10th at like midnight. They'll be on sale, 36% off. Just go ahead and add it to your cart and purchase it. The discount will already be applied there. And yeah, I hope you check those out. Very, very fun. I also wanted to let you guys know that I am planning on doing a big sale at the end of the month for Black Friday, small business Saturday, Cyber Monday. So that whole weekend, I'm going to have a sale section on the site that things are going to be heavily discounted. We're going to have a lot of pre-cut stuff. So I'm going to try to move some of the inventory. I've had it for several months now. If you don't know, I just started selling fabric this year in like June. Yeah, that's when the quilt show was, and that's when I kind of got the fabric. So I just started in June, and it has been so awesome. I told you guys I was going to do like a trial run to the end of the year and then kind of evaluate if I want to keep doing the fabric or if I kind of want to move away from it, all of that sort of thing. So part of that is going to be this Black Friday sale. We'll see how it goes. But I'm going to be doing a lot of pre-cuts. So there'll be really cool color combos. There'll be color bundles. So I'll have like yellow bundles, brown bundles, blue bundles, pink bundles. Then I'll have other bundles that are mixing things. So there's going to be a little bit of something for everybody. I'm planning on doing fat quarter bundles, half yard bundles, and yard bundles, probably like 3-yard bundles. I know those 3-yard quilts are quite popular. Lots of people have come up with some really cute patterns. So I will have 3-yard bundles available that you could use for those patterns. And yeah, so that's going to be a separate area on the shop. I will show you guys that in the video that's right before Black Friday, or on Black Friday, actually, when everything goes live. So that's the very end of November. I think it's November 29th, I do believe, if I remember correctly. So that is going to be fun. I'm going to have remnants. I'll have little remnant sections. I haven't decided exactly how I'm going to do the remnants yet, from like end of bolt type thing. If I'm going to do just like just a big bag full of like mystery remnants, or if I'll try to separate them out. We'll see. I'll look to see what I have. Right now I have one basket full. I'm going to have more when I'm doing my cuts. So I have this whole basket is like stuffed full of remnants. So there'll be like a Christmas bundle. There'll be all kinds of stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be really fun. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up that that will be happening. I will have fabric on sale. And, but that's how I'm planning on doing it. The things in that section are what's going to be on sale. I'm excited. I have quilt kits that I might put on sale as well. I have Christmas quilt kits available. Okay. So if you were watching my channel the last few months, we did a sew along for my quilt pattern Cottage Twirl. Cottage Twirl. Very fun. This pattern is so cool. This is a free PDF pattern, by the way. So if you want to grab that, you can. I have a section now in my shop that says free patterns, and that's where I'm putting all of my free patterns. Okay, so it's all in one spot. So that's in there. If you want the physical pattern, you can buy the physical pattern. That's also in the shop. I have quilt kits for that pattern. One of the quilt kits sold out really fast. I was so excited. The vintage, kind of vintage inspired one sold out real quick. So that was really exciting. Unfortunately, several of those fabrics are just sold out. I can't get them, so I can't make more of those kits, which is unfortunate. But I do have, I think like maybe 17 or 18 more of the other quilt kit. So let me get that really quick so you can see it. So this is the quilt kit for the Cottage Twirl. So that's what the quilt is going to look like. Very traditional reds and greens, but these fabrics are so beautiful. They're so, so pretty. And so if you want to grab that, you can grab it. Use code YT15 for 15% off if you want to buy something in my shop now. But you might want to wait till Black Friday too. I don't know. It's totally up to you if you want to buy or not. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be doing a sew along at the very end of November. We're going to start making the Mom's Cozy Christmas. I'm going to be making the table runner because I just do not have time to make another full quilt. But I'm gonna make the table runner. It's gonna be a really fun sew along. I haven't quite decided how long it's going to be. It's gonna be a few weeks, but I'm also planning on doing Vlogmas in December, so we'll see how that kind of works out. I'll probably do Vlogmas on all of the days. I gotta find out if people do Vlogmas on the weekend or not. Like, do you do Vlogmas even on Saturday and Sunday? I gotta find that out. Because if you do, then I can do Vlogmas like Saturday through Thursday, and then Friday I'll just do a regular video, and that could be the sew along video. That would probably work, but I gotta find out how everyone else does Vlogmas. I might have to take an extra day off just because that's a lot of videos. That's a lot of work, but it's gonna be really fun. They're going to be like really low maintenance videos, I think. Might not put music in them unless I find I might find some cute Christmas music I might put in. We'll see. But for Vlogmas, I'm planning on making me and my mom quilt coats. So first I'm going to make mine, and that's going to be kind of the test one and kind of the trial and error coat. And then after I've made that one, then I'll make my mom's, which will be, you know, the one that I can make, and it'll probably look a little nicer than the one that I make for myself. And then if I have time after that, I really don't know how long these coats are going to take to make. Hopefully I can get them both made before Christmas. If I have time after that, I found this really cute pattern for a dog coat. It's like super simple, like Velcroed on dog coat. And I thought I could make matching ones for Obi and Rosie, my new little puppy. So I thought that would be fun. We'll see. We'll see if I have time. So anyways, I just wanted to give you those quick announcements. So patterns, PDF patterns on sale till Monday, November 10th. Okay, 36% off because I'm turning 36. Yay! Then end of November, we're doing a big Black Friday sale. And we're also starting our sew along at the end of November. So if you would like to join in on the Mom's Cozy Christmas sew along, go ahead and grab the pattern and gather the fabrics that you need for the size that you want to make, okay? I do have kits available for the table runner. I have 2 available, so you can check those out in my shop. I'll also link those down in the description box. One uses these really cute Frosty the Snowman fabrics. The other one uses some gingerbread fabrics. I don't have any cut up right now, but let me just show you the fabrics really quick. These are the gingerbread fabrics for one of the Mom's Cozy Christmas table runner kits. And then I have coordinating fabrics that go along with those. And then the Frosty the Snowman one uses this really cute Frosty, really vintage looking fabric. I'm probably going to make one using this kit. Just because my mom really loves Frosty the Snowman, and this is perfect. So we will be making those at the end of November, beginning of December. That will be the sew along. It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you join in. Even if you could just make one block and make like a little wall hanging, or you could make it into like a gift bag or a little throw pillow, something. You got to join in. It's going to be so much fun. And grab the pattern. It's 36% off. All right. I have gabbed enough. This is much longer than I was planning on this video being, but I wanted to actually show you the actual quilts when I was showing you the patterns and everything. So I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. I'm totally in the holiday spirit. Like, it's already Christmas time in my mind. I'm so excited. This is my favorite time of year. I know I'm not alone in that, but this time of year is just so happy, even with not so happy things happening. You know, there's just that feeling of hope and joy during this time, and I'm just really excited. So I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you very soon, all right? Bye!